Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. What you're looking at here is the Spyderco Endela thin red line variation of the standard Spyderco Endela. And this has been my EDC knife at work for several months upon months. I've actually lost count how long I've been EDCing this guy at work. And yeah, I'm going to review it for you right now. So, Spyderco Endela, when it first came out, for some odd reason that I can't figure out, it was extremely controversial and not well liked at all by the Spyderco community, which I'm part of, and it just seemed odd to me. Eventually, I decided, well, I've got several Spyderco Endura models, which is a longer version of this, and I do have a couple of Delica models, which is a shorter version of this. Of course, those two models came out before the Endela. Maybe some people just really grew attached over the decades when it came to either the Endura or the Delica, that when this guy came along, they were like, oh, who does he think he is? Well, he's the model slotted in between those two classics. So, yeah, let's take a closer look. Again, this is the thin red line variation. You get a red backspacer, and on the inside, you get red accented liners. And this particular model is basically a tribute to America's firefighters. Let me just say this. No, I am not a firefighter, but the reason why I got this model is because I really wanted a partially serrated edge blade on my Endela. And for some bizarre reason, several months upon months ago, when I started looking online for a partially serrated Endela standard model, couldn't find it. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I know Spyderco offers one, can't find it. Okay, lovely. Well, all right. So it's a little bit more money. I'm not too crazy about the red backspacer, although I'm sure a lot of people would find it beautiful against the black FRN handles. So I was like, okay, not a big deal to me. Bought it. Blade comes with these words on it, save and serve. Okay, I can deal with that. And that blade that you're looking at is 3.4 inches long. So the Endela is going to be street legal in a lot of jurisdictions in which the longer 3.75 inch Endura will not. However, with a blade just under 3.5 inches on this guy, it's not going to be street legal in a lot of very restrictive jurisdictions that say, no, 3-inch blade only. For those jurisdictions, yeah, if you want to EDC a Spyderco knife, you're better off with the Delica. But for those jurisdictions where 3.5 inches or under is street legal, you can indeed carry a longer Spyderco knife that's a bit more capable. Please excuse the small amount of dust on the handle bottom right there. Like I said, even though this is a special edition, it's not a limited edition, and I do use it as an EDC knife. Now, why did I want a partially serrated edge blade? Well, normally I do prefer plain edge knives, but I wanted the serrations because this is going to be an all-purpose EDC for me. You have the serrations for cutting through thicker, coarser material in which a more aggressive cutting edge is going to be very useful. For example, tearing down cardboard boxes for recycling, that sort of thing. And I wanted the plain edge portion for more delicate cutting chores, more precision cutting chores, such as cutting the tag off of a new baseball cap or making a precise cut on a sheet of paper, because sometimes you need handy note paper and all you have are full-size sheets, especially if you work where I do and you don't get all of the equipment you need to do your job properly. Hey, just saying, that's a lot of places. So there you go. Now the tip, I guess this is something Spyderco learned the hard way, because at one point in time, you could get a needle tip on your Enduras and your Delicas, and yeah, they wouldn't exactly chip off, as basically get blunted. And so Spyderco no longer really offers that on current generations of all three models. But that tip is still precise enough. The blade itself is actually, if you can see that, it's flat ground, not hollow ground. And guys, as usual with my review videos, you will find specs in the description box below. Be sure to check that out when the video is over. Moving towards the back, you have some excellent jimping here. Absolutely excellent. Nice and aggressive, but not too aggressive. It's functional and aggressive, but it's not going to peel skin off of your thumb. This is not a skin peeler, so that's good. Here on the back, there's still jimping on the spine, but only on the handles. Yep. Traditional rocker lock with the Boyd detent to make it harder to accidentally close if you're really bearing down on the knife for whatever task you're using it for. On the standard model, this back spacer is going to be black or whatever color you happen to get, because the Endela is available as of the making of this video in 3 different blade shapes. The drop point that you see here, as well as a Warrenclyffe version, and there is a tough to describe. It's the one where Spyderco incorporates, with permission, the Emerson Wave feature, which gives it more of a single-edged dagger look. Although, once again, single-edged, and the Emerson wave feature on your average Spyderco looks like a bottle opener feature. So those are the three blade shapes available, and yes, plain edge, partially serrated, or even fully serrated. Now, I didn't want a fully serrated edge because, again, even though the serrations are excellent for more tougher, aggressive cutting chores, I really wanted a nice plain edge up front for more delicate cutting chores. Overall, it's just a good combination. Typical Spyderco blade opening hole. Back here, yes, you do have a lanyard hole. Not sure if you guys can see that, but it is surprisingly a little bit jagged on the inside. Yeah, maybe you can see it here. Although it's not likely to tear and fray any paracord that you put through there. Now, it does come with a clip, nicely blackened. As you can see, near the bottom and along the sides of the clip, there's a tiny bit of wear in which the satin finish stainless steel portion is starting to show through, but not too much. And again, this is after several months upon months of EDCing in a pants pocket. And here we come to the screws used to hold the clip in place, and the other screws as well, the pivot pin, the hardware. All right. This is something that really ticks me off because there is no reason why the hardware should be satin polished stainless steel. Why? You have a black handle, a black clip in the folded position with this placed into a pants pocket. All of these mounting screws for the clip are visible. This screw on the handle, visible. Why? Why? See, here's the reason why little BS things like this really tick me off. Because unlike the big things, which can't be helped, I mean, if you're stuck at a dead-end job, you've made a couple of mistakes in life, and no, I'm not using myself as an example. I do have savings. But if you're someone who's lived a very hard life and you can't afford a decent car, you can't afford to live in a safe neighborhood, you have to take what you can get, okay, that's something that you can't change now, or a week from now, or a month from now. You're just stuck. Those are the big things that can't be helped. Those are the big things that can't be fixed easily. This can absolutely be helped. The little things can be helped. The little things can be taken care of if people care. Problem is, they don't seem to care. Now, here's my point. You have a black-handled folding knife with a black clip. The hardware, and especially the mounting screws, should be black. That way, if a customer wants to be very low profile, they can just clip this to a pair of black pants, walk around, and the clip and the mounting screws become invisible, practically invisible, Well, camouflage, black on black on black. No one's going to see that. Even someone like me who knows what to look for. I mean, if you're walking by me and, maybe I glance down, I probably won't see it either. But when a company, especially a well-respected company like Spyderco, does something like this, it's like, why? Why would you do that? This is something that someone like me can easily spot because these screws stand out. Now, yes, if you get a black bladed Spyderco model with black handles, they do come with black hardware. But so what? These screws, this hardware should be black. They should match. They don't. This is one of those little things that can be helped if people give a damn. And coming from a company like Spyderco, this is really disappointing. I mean, this is the sort of thing where you grab a can of flat black spray paint and you do what you have to do. You shouldn't have to do that because this is one of those little things and the little things can be helped. Okay. Handles. Fantastic grip. Absolutely excellent checkering. And quite frankly, as someone who owns both Spyderco and bird models made by Spyderco, honestly, the checkering on the FRN bird-handled models, not nearly as good as on the Spydercos. Not nearly as good, just being honest. These are fantastic. Nice and aggressive, again, without being skin peelers. And honestly, guys, that's pretty much everything. If you want something longer or bigger than the Spyderco Delica, but you need something shorter than the Endura, the Endela might be the perfect knife for you. It does get an unconditional recommendation from me. Just check your local laws first if you plan on EDCing it. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good one. Please stay safe out there. I'll see you soon.